So the Corporation for Public Broadcasting will shut down next year because no more federal funding. Now, does that mean that Elmo and Oscar the Grouch and all these guys are going to go away? No, but let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Corporation for Public Broadcasting shutting down effective next year because no more federal funding. Now, this company is responsible for distributing monies to about 1,500 local public stations all over the country. The main thing that some want to say is when you cut this money, it's going to harm those in red areas, those who depend upon these stations, when in reality, this is not 1965. This is 2025. Everybody has cell phones. Everybody has internet. I don't care if you're in West Virginia, small town, rural, nowhere. You're going to have access to information, and you're not going to be relying upon these public stations like your mama may have been way back in the day. Now, let's get to an article, and we got some videos here as well. I'll link to everything in the box, but first, this is going to be New York Times. Corporation for Public Broadcasting will shut down. The company is among the first casualties of a vote to strip roughly $500 million in federal funding from NPR, PBS, and local stations across the country. Now, when they say that, they're talking about the local stations, really. NPR, PBS, they're going to be all right. So when you see these guys up here with Elmo and all of that, that's just to tug at your heartstrings. Oh, what are we going to do? No more Elmo, no more Sesame Street, no more Count Dracula, all this, that, and the third. All of those programs are going to be there. And as far as I know, Sesame Street also on HBO, they're not going anywhere because these programs actually make money. Okay, so it's fine. It's totally fine. But let's keep going here. This is going to be local news from my neck of the woods about what's happening. And in this area, East Tennessee, there's a big piece of the funding from the feds. So there may be some things that happen around here, but it's not going to impact us. I mean, you can see I got all this infrastructure around me. It's fine. We have very high speed internet, some of the best in the country. We're going to be okay. And I think the rest of the country will be okay as well. But let's go ahead and roll this.
The Corporation for Public Broadcasting is shutting down weeks after Congress canceled previously approved funding. The corporation has been in service for some 60 years with the support of the federal government. The majority of its staff positions will end with the close of the fiscal year. That happens in September.
Now, to be clear, from what I read, they have about 100 staff at CPB.
A small team remains on staff through January of 2026. Now, the CEO of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting said, despite the extraordinary efforts of millions of Americans who called, wrote, and petitioned Congress to preserve federal funding, we now face the reality of closing our operations. Public media, they say, has been one of the most trusted institutions in America, providing educational opportunity, emergency alerts, civil discourse, and cultural connection to every corner of the country.
I mean, a lot of that is true, or it was true many years ago. But again, this is not 1965. This is 2025. And everybody has these phones, especially the young people. They're all on social media. They don't even really realize that these stations exist, in my humble opinion.
She also said she's grateful to the corporation's partners and their dedication to serving the American people. Despite the cuts, some of the most revered national PBS and NPR programs are expected to remain on the air through other sources of funding. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting helps support more than 1,500 locally owned public radio and TV stations, including our Chattanooga PBS affiliate, WTCI.
So they're still going to be just fine. So it's fine. It's not even really a big thing.
President and CEO Bob Culkeen says that the station will remain on the air, even though it puts them in a hole of some $900,000. This is above what they already do in fundraising. He explains how their loss became a total of $1.5 million.
Traditionally, PBS is funded, public media is funded 2 years forward. That means we had funding already approved for FY26 and FY27. Money that was in our budget approved by this current Congress. And then the rescission package clawed all that back. So the money that we had, we lost.
Well, look, these stations are also funded by the general public. So if anyone out there does not like this, if anyone out there has an issue, you could just, reach in your own pocketbook and get the money that way. And I feel like that's probably more efficient rather than taking the federales money that I have to pay regardless. How about I just don't? And then if you want to support them, you can do it. I see that as a solution that makes perfect sense. Now let's keep on going here. This is going to be Bill Nye, the chemical engineer guy. Bill Nye, the science guy, talking about what's happening. And I think you already know what side of this is going to be on, but let's go ahead and watch.
The administration is trying to use these rules or laws, which were clearly, in my opinion, clearly never intended to be used this way, to derail the will of Congress. And so they're using these, apparently they're planning to use this business of impoundment of funds and this extraordinary new legal theory, pocket rescission. And there's no such thing, they're making it up. And the irony is that the communities that are going to be most affected by curtailing public broadcasting are the rural communities that voted for this administration.
Let's pause. Now, as I was saying earlier, that's what they're going to say, that it's about the rural communities and the red states or whatever. If you guys live in a rural area, if you guys live in the place that he is describing, let me know if you rely upon these stations for your local news. If you rely upon these stations for emergency alerts and things of that nature, let me know in the comments below.
And I just, as one example, I have met countless people, that is to say more people than I can count, who came to this country from other parts of the world and tell me that they learned to speak English by watching public broadcasting, by watching my show, by watching Sesame Street.
So when you say they were watching your show, is that reruns? Because when's the last time Bill Nye, the science guy, has been on air? What, like 1990? I'm just trying to figure it out because I don't watch television at all. So maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe they're still running Bill Nye, the science guy episodes from 35 years ago as if they're new when they're not.
And one of the ideas of this administration, which is nominally quite reasonable, is to make English the official language. Well, if you want people to learn English, you want to have public broadcasting. This is just an ironic mess up on their part.
Okay, so, again, this is kind of like old school. Like we're back in the 80s, 90s, or even before then. It's like, come on, bro, listen. This right here, you got Duolingo on your phone for free. You got all kinds of ways to be able to learn English. People are on these apps where you could just match with a random person and just practice speaking that way. Like, there's a lot of different ways people watch television. Listen, the things they're talking about that they say Americans need or are dependent upon, we're just not. I've not seen any evidence of that. I'm right here in Appalachia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee. I've never heard about anybody saying that they rely upon your NPR, PBS, etc. for anything at all. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that this is a good thing to defund the Corporation for Public Broadcasting? Is it a bad thing? Do you think that Elmo and the count and everybody else is going to go away? Or are we going to be just fine? It's not really a big deal. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is a great thing because, listen, the federal monies shouldn't be going to a thing like that, especially when the original purpose has long since, the original purpose is no longer necessary. The new purpose in many cases is indoctrination through federal funding. If you want to have programming that is indoctrination, why do you need my money? You could do that as a private industry. That's totally fine. Let the individuals who want that type of programming, who want these stations to stay afloat, let the individuals contribute because you've always been able to donate. What do they say? This is only possible with viewers like you, with donors like you. Let that keep being the way forward rather than relying upon the federales. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.